Hello, viewers. I'm Mr. Dilip Kumar Pal. Stand before you with a topic typology or types of tribal developments in India, part 2. These types of tribal developments in India or varieties of tribal development are found in +3 fifth semester DSE-2 paper, and the name of the paper is Development Process and Social Movements in Contemporary India. So far as typology or types of tribal developments in India are concerned, so far as typology or types of tribal developments in India is concerned, in its first part, I have discussed Professor L.K. Mohapatra's view on types of tribal development. Then we have discussed Surajit Sinha's view on types of tribal development and K.S. Singh's view on types of tribal development. Up to this we have discussed in part 1 of typology or types of tribal development. But today we'll discuss typology or types of tribal development in India, part 2. We'll discuss from Sem+DSE-2's view on types of tribal development. Then we'll discuss on the basis of causes, there are various types of tribal development. Then we'll discuss on the basis of orientations or object, there are various types of tribal development. But before we discuss typology or types of tribal development in India, from Sem+DSE-2's classification of tribal development, I want to inform my viewers that my channel name is @Dilip Kumar Pal 9375. Never forget. In this channel, you will find precious videos of +2 level and +3 level. So far as +3 level is concerned, in this channel you will find videos from +3 first semester to 6th semester, political science, videos from +3 first semester to 5th semester, ethics and values, videos from +3 first semester to 2nd semester, political science general elective, and videos of environmental studies of +3 first semester, and some political science videos of +2 first year and +2 second year. I want to inform my viewers that any video on any topic you want, just write my name Dilip Kumar Pal and the name of the topic in Google or YouTube. You'll get your videos in 2 languages, Odia and English. If you will find any video in English, be sure its Odia version is also there. Any video you will find in Odia, be sure its English version is in the channel. So let us start. Typology or types of tribal development in India, part 2. Because in part 1, I have discussed L.K. Mohapatra's view on types of tribal development, Surajit Sinha's view on types of tribal development, and K.S. Singh's view on types of tribal development I have discussed in part 1 of this video. In typology or types of tribal development, part 2, I will start from Sem+DSE-2's view on types of tribal development. So what is the view of Sem+DSE on types of tribal development? He has divided tribal development in Northeast India into 4 following categories. Sem+DSE has divided tribal movements in Northeast India into 4 categories. Sem+DSE has divided tribal developments. Sem+DSE has divided tribal movements in Northeast India into 4 categories. Number 1, religious and social reform movements. It is one type of tribal development. Religious and social reform movement. What it is? According to Sem+DSE, it is a movement which attack bigotry, superstitions and hold of priest class. This religious and social reform movement is a movement which attacks bigotry, wrong ideas, superstition, blind ideas, and hold of priest class, domination of priest class. It is known as the tribal movement which attacks bigotry, superstitions, and hold of priest class. It is known as religious and social reform movements. Number two, another category of tribal movements is movements for separate statehood. It is a movement which is made for a separate state from the parent country or the country of which it is a part. Movement for separate statehood. Movements for separate statehood means it is a movement which demands a separate state or a separate area from the country of which it is a part. Number three, insurgent movements. It is a movement, it is a violent armed rebellion against a government or established government. Insurgent movement is another category of tribal movement. What it is? It is a violent armed rebellion against a government or established government. It is a violent or armed rebellion where rebels use armed ammunition against the established government or government. And number four, cultural rights movement. What is a cultural rights movement? It refers to a social and political movement advocating for the protection and promotion. Cultural rights movement, it refers to a social and political movement advocating for the protection and promotion of the rights of the individuals and communities to preserve, practice, express their cultural identities, including their language, traditions, beliefs, ensuring that everyone has the freedom to participate in cultural life without discrimination. Essentially, it aims to recognize cultural expression as a fundamental human right. So, cultural rights movement is a movement. It is a type of tribal movement where movement is made to give people freedom to protect, preserve their language, their culture, their beliefs. It refers to a social and political movement advocating for the protection and promotion of the rights of the individual and communities to preserve, practice, express their cultural identities, including their language, traditions, beliefs, ensuring that everyone has the freedom to participate in cultural life without discrimination. Essentially, it aims to recognize cultural expression as a fundamental human right. Cultural rights movement is a movement which demands that people should be given or all community must be given freedom to protect and promote their culture, to practice their culture in any way they like, to protect their language, their traditions. And there should not be any discrimination at the time of preserving, protecting, promoting a particular culture. Then this is all about the views of Sem+DSE on the types of tribal movement. Now discuss on the basis of causes. Tribal movements are three types. On the basis of causes. Why on the basis of causes or regions? Tribal movements are again three types. Number one, exploitation by outsiders. These movements were the result of exploitation by outsiders like Santhal movement and Munda movements. Whenever there will be an attempt by the outsiders to exploit the natives, it is known as exploitation by outsiders. Whenever outsiders will try to exploit the natives, and natives will know about it, that they are being exploited by outsiders, they will make movement. It is known as the exploitation by outsiders. It is a region. And examples are Santhal and Munda movement. Number two, economic deprivation. It refers to it is another cause. First cause is exploitation by outsiders. Second cause is economic deprivation. It refers to a situation where tribal communities struggle to meet their basic needs. The movement of guns in Madhya Pradesh is an example. Economic deprivation. Whenever the people will be deprived from basic things, they will make movement. It is another reason. Example is gun movement in Madhya Pradesh. It refers to a situation where tribal communities struggle to meet their basic needs. The movement of gun in Madhya Pradesh is an example. It is economic deprivation cause. So economic deprivation cause means whenever the tribals will be deprived from the basic needs which are required for their existence, at the time they will make movement. And the gun movement in Madhya Pradesh is an example. Another cause is separatist tendencies. It is another cause. These movements were a result of separatist tendencies such as Naga and Mijos. Whenever any tribal people will try to separate them from the country of which they are part, it is a separatist tendency. It is another cause. The examples are Nagas and Mijos. Mizo movement and Naga movement in Northeast India. Then, on the basis of orientation or object, again tribal movements are following types. On the basis of orientation or objects, tribal movements are again 4 types. Number 1, forest-based movement. It is a movement to protect forest. Whenever movement is made to protect the forest, it is forest-based movement. Number 2, movement seeking political autonomy or formation of states. Second object is movements seeking political autonomy or formation of states. It is a movement to form a state. Whenever there is a movement to form a state, it is known as the movement seeking political autonomy or formation of states. Number 3, agrarian movement. It is a movement that aims to improve the economic status of farmers or to bring about land reform. Agrarian movement. It is another aim of, it is another on the basis of orientation object. It is another object for which tribal movement has come. It is known as the agrarian movement. Whenever there will be movement to improve status of farmers, whenever it is a movement that aims to improve economic status of farmers, whenever there will be a movement to bring about improvement in the economic status of the farmers and to bring land reforms, it is known as the agrarian movement. Finally, socio-religious or socio-cultural movement. Socio-religious or socio-cultural movement. What it is? It refers to a group of people organized. It refers to a group of people organized to bring about significant change in the society, often driven by shared beliefs, values, or practices related to religion, culture, or social norms, aiming to reform existing structure or establish new ones within those areas. So, socio-religious or socio-cultural movement is a movement whenever a group of people will try to bring about reforms in the existing social structure, or they want a complete change. It is known as the socio-cultural or socio-religious or socio-cultural movement. It refers to a group of people organized to bring about a significant change in their structure. When a group of people will try to bring about a significant change or significant reform in society in an organized way. It refers to a group of people organized to bring about significant change in their society, often driven by shared beliefs, values, or practices related to religion, culture, or social reforms, aiming to reform existing structure or establish new one within those areas. So, whenever a group of people will try in an organized way to bring about a reform in the society by giving new ideas or faiths, or they want a complete change in the social structure, it is known as the socio-religious or socio-cultural movement. So, so far as typology or types of travel movements are concerned, I have discussed in its part 1 views of L.K. Mahapatra, views of Surojit Sinha, views of K.S. Singh. In typology or types of travel movements, part 2, I have discussed S.N. Dube's view. Then I have discussed tribal movements on the basis of, I have categorized tribal movements on the basis of causes. Then I have categorized tribal movement on the basis of orientation or objects. So I request my viewers not to forget to subscribe the channel, because if you subscribe the channel, automatic new videos will come to you. And the most important is, aware of your friends who are in +2 and +3 about this channel. So some students will be benefited. Remember, we have come to this earth to help somebody. To help to somebody is a great work of a human being, and a person who is helping others, he is a true human being. Thank you. Have a good day.